This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Hey guys, welcome to another review, and today we're looking at this Abbey Road Studios Brilliance pack from Softube. There are 3 plugins in the pack, and here they are. And these are modelled on hardware Presence and Brilliance equaliser units that were built by the EMI Abbey Road engineers back in the 60s for the Abbey Road Studios. 3 plugins in the pack: the RS127 rack, the RS127 box version of the rack, and the RS135. Okay. The RS127 rack, it's a simple equaliser, right? Presence and Brilliance control. You choose the frequency, 2.7K or 3.5K, they're your presence frequencies, or your high-end air frequency, 10K, and you've got 10 dB of boost or cut. And then we've got the green box version of the grey rack. Now the engineers at Abbey Road wanted a portable version of this grey rack. They could move from studio to studio, so their engineers built this green box version. But it used audio transformers, and they found when they built it that it had, the audio transformers had the effect of slightly shifting the frequency up from the selected frequency shown on the display, just a little. And also it's got more treble content, let's say, a little bit more of a treble edge. That you've got to understand, these units are not the same as just choosing one of those frequencies and boosting or cutting. They introduce really a lot of harmonic additional content, and you cannot get the same thing from an EQ, right? So this one is the same as that one, but a little bit more of a trebly edge, more treble harmonic content. It's the same though. Otherwise, you choose the frequency, 2.7 or 3.5K or 10K, and you've got 10 dB of boost or cut. And then finally we've got the 135, which is the fixed 8K boost. You can't choose the frequency, it's fixed at 8K, and you give up to 10 dB of boost. Right? These are very low on the CPU, very simple, but phenomenal units. I'm just totally blown away by these, and I'm in love with them. They're just amazing stuff. So what I've got here, I've got a main vocal and 4 backing vocals, and they're going through this group bus here. Look.
This is the harmony.
Okay. And on that group bus, I've got the 3 units strapped across the group bus. So let's start with the grey box. At 2.7K, give it some boost.
This is the harmony.
You see that at full 10 dB boost, no harshness. Just this wonderful 2.7K centered presence boost, richly full of rich harmonics. It's not harsh at all, even at massive boost like that.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Then at 3.5K, just shifting up to 3.5K, a bit higher up with that presence boost.
This is the harmony.
But even at full 10 dB boost, no harshness at all, just this wonderfully harmonically rich, airy 3.5K area boost.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Just fantastic.
This is the harmony.
And then finally your 10K frosting at the top end. At full 10 dB boost, again, no harshness.
This is the harmony.
Just this wonderful, airy, harmonically rich, icing sugar top end.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Okay, and then the green unit, the 127 box, is the same but more treble content. It's a treblier version of the grey one, right? So here we are at 2.7K. At full boost, you'll hear it's more trebly, but even at this massive amount of boost, no harshness, just massively over boosted 2.7K area, but with this wonderful harmonic kind of richness to it, but well over boosted, but not harsh.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
And just knock it back a bit and it starts to sound, you know.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
At 3.5K.
This is the harmony.
Again, at full 10 dB boost, it's well over boosted, but no harshness.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
The way it's giving that wonderful airy, lower airy, you know, around there, around there, frequencies. This wonderful airiness to those frequencies is not the same as boosting with an EQ in that area. You get this wonderful airy quality to the 2.7 or 3.5 on these units.
This is the harmony.
And then 10K sugar frosting.
This is the harmony.
Listen to that.
This is the harmony.
Just the finest 10K air at the top. Beautifully rich.
This is the harmony.
And fine. No harshness at all, even at full boost.
This is the harmony.
Oh my god, that's just so good. So that's these two units here. And then we've got the 8K boost here. You know, the engineers wanted a Brilliance treble booster, but it was just lower down than the 10K offered by these two units. And here it is at full boost.
This is the harmony.
Just this wonderful, sheeny, airy top end.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Like that, right up there. Sugar frosting.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Absolutely beautiful. Just fantastic stuff. Now you cannot get from an EQ what these offer, because as I said, there's something going on there. There's all this kind of rich harmonic content being added with the general frequency that's being boosted. So on this group bus I've also got an EQ. So let's get this EQ out. All right, now here's the EQ. Boosting at 3.5k. Let's put the grey unit to boost at 3.5k. Right, so just the grey unit active at 3.5k, 6 dB of boost.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Okay, now if we get the EQ, which is boosting at 3.5k, it doesn't matter. I've spent a lot of time with this. It doesn't matter how much boost you give. It doesn't matter how much width you put. It just doesn't sound the same.
This is the harmony.
You know, if I give this more boost and narrow it, it sounds a bit artificial.
This is the harmony.
Yeah, it's a bit sort of metallically edged, harsh, artificial sounding, right?
This is the harmony.
Like it's going through a little metal baked bean can edge or something, right? Widen it out and it sounds a bit more natural.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
But it's not the same. It just still sounds a little bit metallically unnatural and edgy. Listen to the difference. I'll switch between the two.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Yeah, this has got more richness. Let's give it more boost.
This is the harmony.
Still, it's got more richness. No honk at that 3.5 centre area, right?
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
It's not the same thing from an EQ, not at all. And so he's introducing all sorts of like wonderful, rich harmonic content with the area that's being boosted. Just amazing stuff. And you can use these on anything. They're particularly good on vocals, whether individual or grouped on a bus, but equally they're superb on individual guitars or guitar buses when you're using layered or group guitars on a bus. But they can work on drums, either for bringing more by edge and sort of cutting presence to things like snares, claps, or even to a kick, where the click area of a kick is. The high-end 10K settings or the 8K on this are good for, you know, giving wonderful airy, sheeny top end to shakers and hats and things like that. And they work equally well across the whole stereo final mix bus to add general presence and upper end harmonically rich enhancement across your whole mix. If you're subtle, you know, they're just incredibly versatile, but just beautiful sounding, just incredible. Now, as I said, these vocals, I recorded these with a cheap £150 Chinese manufactured large diaphragm valve condenser mic. Okay, so without the units, it's a very warm rounded sound. This mic only goes up to 15k at the top end. It's not a very trebly and present and airy top end mic. It's just a warm mic, right?
This is the harmony.
But when you put these units on they're so harmonically rich, it just turns it into it just makes the mic sound like it's a really expensive mic.
This is the harmony.
And without them,
This is the harmony.
These put back or kind of add the missing beautiful airy presence areas and the upper end sheen that this mic doesn't quite kind of give. We can mod this mic. There's a mod out there on the internet. Some guys put up online that you can mod some of the circuit, some of the bits on the PCB inside the mic, and change the valve, and it sounds a lot more fine at the top end and more airy presence, and it sounds more expensive. But just putting these on this cheap mic.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Just turns it.
This is the harmony.
Into a really expensive sounding mic, like, you know, a really expensive sounding mic. So a really good combination. And if you're interested, this is a T-Bone SCT 800. That's a Tom Man own brand mic. Looks a bit like the old AKG C12. Valve, nice warm rounded sound. Not a lot of top end or presence edge, but these added to it just turn it into this, you know, almost £1,000 sounding mic.
This is the harmony.
Now, the other thing that's great about this Brilliance pack is that you get these two units that offer the same mid-range frequencies, because you can then start to do all sorts of things, mixing and matching between them. If we take the grey unit and cut the 2.7 and boost the 3.5k on the green unit, we're carving out a hollow gap. We're reducing the area around the 2.7 presence area, which gives more upper end emphasis to the vocal, makes it thinner and finer at the top end.
This is the harmony.
And that would leave space for a main vocal that's got some of the 2.7 boosted back in, but then you can blend in as much of the 2.7 back into it as you want.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
You hear that now? It's not even boosting this, it's still cutting the 2.7 but bringing it up.
This is the harmony.
Yeah. But if we do it the other way around, we boost the 2.7 and cut the 3.5, now we get a less fine vocal sound because we're putting back the 2.7 but cutting the 3.5 above.
This is the harmony.
Then you bring as much back of this into taste.
This is the harmony.
There, like that.
This is the harmony.
And you've always got your 8K at the top to add sugar frosting.
This is the harmony.
So that's the 2.7 boosted and 3.5 cut.
This is the harmony.
And this is the other way around. The 2.7 cut and the 3.5 boosted.
This is the harmony.
You hear it's a different sound? This is a finer sound because we're carving out the 2.7.
This is the harmony.
Right? And this is a more mid 2.7 sound.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
And then you can bring in as much of the 3.5 as you want. And because these have got slightly different tonal characters, this one's more treble, you can do it the other way around. Let's have this do the 2.7 and this do the 3.5, and you get another subtly different sound when you cut on one and boost on the other. So now we're going to boost on the 2.7 on the green, which is more trebly, and cut on the 3.5, which is less trebly.
This is the harmony.
Slightly different.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Yeah? Or cut on this one at the 2.7 and boost on this at the 3.5.
This is the harmony.
And again, because we're cutting on the 2.7 here, it's having an effect of making a finer upper end vocal with the 2.7 carved out, making it more bassy sounding and more warm.
This is the harmony.
But with the sheeny top end of this 3.5 and this 8K. It's not that down 2 dB.
This is the harmony.
Then blend in as much of this slightly more trebly green 2.7 to taste.
This is the harmony. This is the harmony.
Yeah, just phenomenal stuff. Absolutely incredible. And I've been using these on a reggae mix that I've been doing with a guy. and I used them on the main vocal and on the backing vocals. The main vocal, I got the vocalist to sing the vocal 4 times, and then I used the flex timing editing to really make line those vocals up, sync together. So it's a big layered main vocal, alright, and then there's a 4-part backing vocal, and the main vocal and the backing vocals each go on their own group bus in the mix, and I'm using the 3 units on the vocal buses, and I'm using one of the units on the final mix bus to just give a general treble enhancement, a little bit of extra air to the whole final stereo mix. And I'll just give you a little burst of that. Okay, it's brought out the vocals beautifully, and the other thing is, because you can get that extra present edge with no harshness, even if you really boost, no harshness ever from these units, right? You can get that beautiful presence edge and upper end edge, meaning you can lower your vocals down in the mix a bit more and they still cut through and they're still intelligible, and you get a beautiful sheeny, slightly edgy but never harsh balance to the vocal. I couldn't live without them now. So here's the reggae track. This is a bit of the vocal with the harmonies.
Each and every one, praising the children, praise him. Praising the children, praise him.
Oh, it's just such beautiful, rich harmonies, and that beautiful praise him, the children, praise him. The S-ing, sugar frosting on those S's with no harshness.
Each and every one, each and every one, praising the children, praise him. Praising the children, praise him.
Just beautiful. As I said, it allowed me to sit the BVs down in the mix just a little bit more. Perhaps some people would have put them higher, but I wanted them nicely, subtly down, just reinforcing that backing vocal. And here's a more dubby version of it again.
Praise Jah, the beast in the field have to praise Jah, the lion in the jungle have to praise Jah. All Jah children gonna know Jah. Praising the children, praise him. Praising the children, praise him.
Yeah, that beautiful praise him, the children, praise him. That beautiful, ultra rich, but not harsh at all, airy S-ing on those vocals.
Each and every one, each and every one, praising the children, praise him.
Just phenomenal stuff. I couldn't live without these now. So there you go. That's the Abbey Road Studios Brilliance pack from Softube. $219, which is about 167 British pounds. I cannot recommend you try these enough. You don't need an iLock USB dongle to try any of the Softube stuff. You just need a software iLock account. You just download the iLock software, set it up on your machine and register, and then you download the demo, put your iLock ID in here and your email, download the demo, and you get a proper 20-day demo license, which you can really try the products out. These are incredible, and I can't recommend them enough. I really can't.
This is the harmony. 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 This is the harmony.
Yeah, just 10 out of 10 stuff, really. The Abbey Road Studios Brilliance pack from Softube. Couldn't live without them now, I really couldn't. And I really advise that you try them out. Absolutely stunning stuff. And trust me, they work on anything. Drums, I'm not going to show you all that, but they do. They just add beautiful airy top end to hats, shakers, things. They add lovely edge, or really exaggerated but never harsh edge, to claps, snares and other percussive type things, or the clicky upper edge of kicks, and they work equally well across a whole mix bus. And of course on guitars and synths and particularly vocals. Just incredible stuff, really incredible stuff. I hope that's useful. Go and give them a try, and I'll see you for the next one.